See who pops in today. Let's see who pops in today. Welcome to the chat.
It's hard to change. Me, I'm pretty loyal. Been on the same team for 17 years. Same coach for 11. Never switched my number once. Every day I take the same 50 swings. What can I say? I'm loyal to a fault. I even use the exact same body though. It doesn't even look like me. Hi, I'm Steph Curry.
It's kind of late right now. I know it's late on the East Coast. Just trying to tap in, see what's cracking with everybody, see how everyone's doing. Raw&Uncut. We just got one person up in this motherfucker. Whoever that is, drop in the chat. Let me know who you are. Say hi. I appreciate you. Just tapping in to see what's cracking. Yo, what's up, Raider Menace? What's up, brother? Shit, I wanted to talk some Raiders too, man. Like, do you feel the change of Olsen will help any? Do you feel with Chip Kelly being gone, you think that's going to help any? Or you think it's going to just keep going, spiraling out of control, nose diving? And I hope you're good this evening, brother. Hope you're good this evening, Raider Menace. Looks like we got two up in here. Hey, when you come up in here, smash that like button. It don't cost you nothing to smash that like button for me. You don't think it's going to get any better, Raider Menace? I'm hoping. I shouldn't say I'm thinking. I'm hoping, bro, that they show some fucking signs of just like a little improvement, because it was reported, man, that Chip Kelly was putting Geno Smith in that offensive line and the offense in some weird spots, bro. Like, I don't know if you read the story, but they were saying that Chip Kelly was calling plays to Geno Smith. Some of them weren't even in the playbook, never installed. And some of them, he was calling them in there and he wasn't giving Geno the protections. He wasn't giving Geno the protections, right? And I'm like, dude, why would an offensive coordinator... Yeah, they do still got Geno. You're right there. Yeah, I want them to change. They got to get rid of Geno. It's just crazy to me, man. Like, to think that an offensive coordinator getting paid millions of dollars in the NFL would be calling plays that are not even in their playbook, not even installed, or calling plays that weren't even in the game plan. And you're calling plays as an offensive coordinator that aren't even in the game plan and expect the players to carry that shit out. That's crazy. Yeah, the O-line's jacked. You know what they need to do, and I think what Olsen will do, Raider Menace, I think what Olsen will do, I think that he's going to have Geno with the three-step drop instead of the seven-step, drop back. If you're going to throw the ball, get the ball out quick. Shorter routes. If you saw what Chip Kelly had players running long-ass routes, and Geno Smith is holding the ball, waiting for those routes to develop. Don't get me wrong. Geno Smith is overthrown wide open dudes, and I don't think he needs to be in there, period. I think first they got to get rid of Geno, and then it might look a little bit better because the quarterback in there might be half as confident to be able to stand in that pocket, scan the field real quick, make a quick decision, and be efficient, right? Because Geno Smith, I don't know, that dude's just, yeah, he's just, I don't want to, talk too bad about him, but because when I talk, when I say certain things on YouTube, the algorithm gets, kind of twisted. But yeah, man, Geno Smith. And what do you think about that thing with Raider Menace? What do you think about that thing? Yo, we got 9 people up in here. If you're coming up in here, hit that like button. It don't cost you nothing. State your name, tell me where you're from. Let's chop it up. And Raider Menace, I think that that with the way that the offensive line's set up, I believe the Olsen's going to want to just pound the shit out of the ball. Yeah. I think that they're just going to try to run the shit out of the ball. But what do you think about the dude that flipped off Geno Smith? What do you guys think about the dude that flipped off Geno Smith and Geno Smith flipped him off, but a lot of content creators making it about that he flipped off the whole nation? How do you guys feel about that? Do you feel anything about that? What's your viewpoint on it? What's your opinion? Yeah, hey, I'm with you on that, Raider Menace. 8 folks up in here. Hit that like button when you come on in. Do me a favor so the algorithm picks up the video. Just checking in with folks, seeing if anyone I've been chopping it up with the last few weeks. It's been a minute since I got live. See if they pop up on here. Yeah, Raider Menace. I think Olsen loves to run the ball. And here's the difference between Olsen and Chip Kelly, if you don't know. Chip Kelly runs more of a spread zone run scheme, right? It's a zone run scheme where guys got to be athletic and they got to be smart. You know, you have to be smart to be an offensive lineman, but you got to think a lot to me when you're playing a zone. When you play the power run scheme like Greg Olsen has a power run game. When you play the power, it's basically man on man. It's worry about the man in front of you and let's just get these motherfuckers out of the way and run the ball. You feel me? I agree, Raider Menace should be professional and not be acting. Yeah, he should. He should. I think that showed a bit of immaturity, right, on Geno Smith's part. I think all the way around, Geno Smith and the dude and everything just surrounding that shit is all very unprofessional, not only as a fan, but as a player. And I'm not saying, that as a fan, you got to be cookie cut and got to just be clean and cut and whatever, you know what I mean? Clean cut or whatever the fuck and not cuss. But there's some things, I don't know, bro. I don't think I could ever go far enough flipping off a professional athlete or a rapper, an entertainer, anything. But that's me. You know what I'm saying? I look at things differently. Yo, what's up, Chargers? What's up, Chargers 77? I ain't tripping. Yeah, I hope it's going to be a close game. Two things going to happen, Chargers 77. Either Harbaugh's going to kick our fucking ass, or the Raiders will have some giddy up in them and it will be a close game, right? Because usually it does. There's times when it doesn't matter if the Chargers are doing really good one year or the Raiders are doing really bad, or vice versa. The Raiders are doing good or they're both doing good. The Chargers are favored by 9.5 points, bro. So that tells you a lot right there, right? That tells you a lot when it comes to Vegas, right? The Chargers are favored by 9.5 points. I don't think that it's going to be as bad as it was last week for that offensive line, but I don't think it's going to be anything. Hey, real Mr. Bojangles. Hey, bro, I'm not going to argue with you. We do fucking suck. Like, hey, Mr. Bojangles, did you come up with that all by yourself, bro? I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I'm not taking offense to it. We do suck, bro. We do suck. Tell me something that I don't know. Yeah, I know the Chargers need the game, and I just trust. I'm a Raider fan, but I trust more in Herbert. I trust more in Jim Harbaugh, and I trust more in that Chargers defense coming alive. Everybody's coming alive against the Raiders, right? Yo, what's up, Mr. Bojangles? You from Chicago? You a Bears fan? Chicago Bears? Yeah, and I think that Khalil Mack always, if he's playing in this game, Khalil Mack always gets us, man. Derwin James seems to play good against us on defense, you know what I mean? Herbert usually finds a way to tear us up. You know, I hate to say it, but I think McConkey and Herbert, Hampton, I think the offense is going to be rolling, and the defense is just going to make Geno Smith look even more incompetent than he already does. To be honest with you, I have no confidence in Geno Smith. Right? Hey, I feel you, Raider Menace. At this point, I'll take a good draft pick too. Then maybe we can get a fucking quarterback. An actual one that's going to work out. Yeah, that's crazy, right? We got Max, but your guys is, for some reason, Chargers, for some reason, the Raiders, we get held by a lot of offensive lines, our defensive line, and they never really get a lot of holding calls against us. You'll get about 3 or 4 maybe. Against, for us, against the offense, their offense or their defense. Like, the offensive lines and the defensive lines, they get away with a lot of shit against us. Then put it on top that we're not even that good to begin with. You feel me? So, hey, Chargers, but your O-line is not as bad as our O-line, bro. And your quarterback is definitely a lot better. Your head coach is a lot better, bro. So, I'm a Raider fan, but I'm expecting to fucking lose, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And I feel you, Raider Menace. I'm looking for a good pick, too. Shit. At this point, we need something. We need something, bro. They got to do something. You know what I mean? Try to get as many first-round picks and get like a couple of offensive linemen in the first round. If you look at all the good teams in the league, they have good players in the trenches. You feel me? They have good D-line, good O-line, and everyone else kind of feasts off that. The running backs could be average, above average, and they could just be feasting off of that good run blocking, and the quarterbacks are feasting off the good pass blocking, and then they got a good defense, so they can afford to take shots. You know what I'm saying? Like Herbert ain't gonna be afraid to take shots against us because he's like, oh, our defense will probably get the ball back. I ain't tripping. Let's go. Boom. And that makes offenses all that more dangerous when they're playing with that confidence that our defense isn't gonna stop them. You feel me? And I understand that. So I'm like, fuck. If the Raiders can somehow manage to run that rock, we'll have a chance in the game. We'll have a fucking chance. If we cannot run that ball early and we have to start dropping back and throwing it, that defense is going to tee off on us. Our offensive line won't be able to stop nobody. And then, you know what I'm saying? I mean, so, yeah, though most definitely. We need a beef. You know what man, I say it all the time, bro. I say it all the time, Raider Menace. The money that they spent on Geno Smith should have went on O-line and more defenders, bro. And it should have went on the O-line and more defenders, man. But I don't know what, I mean, it's crazy, bro, how these guys, these general managers come in and we could see that they're doing shit that don't make sense. And then it doesn't work. And then they're like, oh, the pocket couch, you know, head coaches and couch GMs and this and that think that they can do this and that they can do better than us. But when they're making moves, we're like, that move sucks. What are you doing? And they're like, oh, this guy, we hope he does this. And then we want him to develop. And it never works out. And then we're actually right. So it's just crazy how we can sit on the couch and we can see what they're doing is wrong. You know what I'm saying? We can see what they're doing ain't going to fucking add up. And then it doesn't add up. And how do we remain couch GMs when we're against a lot of these moves they're making? Then the moves don't pan out. So are we a couch GM or are we just some motherfucker that pays attention to football so we know what the fuck's going on? Yo, what's up? Wait, Cayenne Henry, I don't fucking remember you. You were the one that was talking shit the other day, no? Cayenne Henry? Weren't you one of the ones that was saying some crazy things? And I think one of my moderators got you out the way, which the moderators ain't in right now because it's not really that cracking. But was that you? I think it was Cayenne Henry. Yeah, hey, Cayenne Henry, don't come up in here with that, man. I'll just block you right now. Matter of fact. How do we do this shit here? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about all that. Yeah, we ain't gonna do all that. Here come the haters. That's crazy, man. That's why I stopped going live. I was going live. For those that just the first time you done popped in on live with me, I'm not. Yeah, I just come up here and we chop it up or whatever. But the last few times when I was going live, there was some real immature motherfuckers up in here playing, and they're like little kids just running their mouths. It's like we weren't paying attention to them. We had to block them. They kept making new profiles immediately. Had to block them, and that's what they was doing right now. Coming up in here, and I'm like, dude, we trying to talk football, man. We ain't trying to talk all this BS that they're talking about. But yeah, it's gonna be a really, really interesting game. Right? Interesting game because the offense, you can't really change much, but you can tweak some things, right? When you're in Greg Olson's shoes, you could tweak some stuff. You could change some things. And at the same time, he implores a power running scheme, you know, not a spread out zone running scheme, which power running scheme, I think fits Janty and Mostert and company a lot more better than this zone running scheme because when you've got the power running scheme, all you got to do is, you know, you you take a look either here, there, and cut and go up and down, go north and south. Go north and south, get north and south with the quickness. None of this running outside looking for a zone to go through. It's just left or right. You find that opening, you bounce, you go. Get north and south with the quickness. And I believe that's what Olsen is. Olsen's going to help the run game with that because I believe that our offensive linemen, yeah, they're garbage, but usually run blocking is usually easier for offensive linemen to do than pass blocking, even when they're mediocre. Because they just got to use their body and their strength. And we don't have very large offensive linemen compared to the average of the league, right? We don't got very large offensive linemen to begin with. They're like fucking 310, 312, 315. Yeah, I don't like what Spytech did, and I don't like Pete Carroll either, Raider Menace. I don't like them, and I don't like Tom Brady either, bro. And I feel like the league just does this to us just to keep torturing Raider fans and to keep fucking shitting on the legacy of Al Davis and the Raiders, just to totally destroy his franchise to where they got to sell it, and then it won't be relevant again until someone else has ownership of the company. I mean, excuse me, of the team and of the organization of the Raiders, and then they will start to be competent again because the Davises won't have anything to do with it. And I think that's what Tom Brady wants. Yo, 6 people up in here. Hit that like button when you come on in. Drop a comment. Let's see who the fuck's up in here. It's crazy, though. How you guys doing out there? Anyways. What was that, Chargers? I just seen bro. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. Very interesting, but yeah, you guys don't got alt, Chargers. You guys don't got alt, but you know, they'll just double team Max like everybody's doing, and they'll probably even hold him. That's what I'm saying. Like, Max Crosby gets held every fucking game, on almost every play if they can, and the refs rarely call it. You know what I mean? So when teams play us, their offensive line gets a break. They don't get called for holding much. Mark my words. Whenever the referees start calling holding on their offense, like on the other team's offense, no matter what team it is, whenever the refs in a game against the Raiders start calling the other team for offensive holding, then we have a shot in the game, if you notice, right? If you notice that against the Chiefs, against the Chargers, against the fucking Broncos, when they start calling holding plays on their offensive line, hold, we start to get a chance because now the damn teams are not just marching up and down the field doing whatever they want, getting away with certain things. Now there's holding on every fucking play, yeah, and the refs basically just choose when they're going to call it. You feel me? So that's one thing that I always look for when we play anybody. I'm like, are they holding Matt? Yeah, they're holding the shit out of them, and then they'll call maybe one hold, but when they're calling 4 and 5 and 6 offensive lines, false starts, you know, offensive line holding and shit like that, then we got a shot. If they don't, we're going to get blown the fuck out. I used to watch a lot of WWE, Chargers. I used to watch a lot of WWE, but I know what's up with WWE, but I didn't see, I know War Games was in, right? It was tonight, right? I didn't watch any of it. I just been kind of losing interest because how ever since TKO got a hold of it, it's just more geared toward like popularity. Like whichever wrestlers are popular, they're pushing them. Some of them can work really good. Some of them can't. Some of them I'm tired of seeing on top. Some of them I want. Oh, it's tomorrow? All right. Some of them I like. Some of them I don't. Some of them don't make it look good. Like I'm from the old school when the wrestlers made it look good. It was believable. It looked real. You know, it looked real enough to where now you could see a lot of it's choreographed. You can see a lot of it's pre-planned, and like, it's just like, it's almost like a dance out there, you know what I mean? And I miss the old school grittiness of, you know, them making it look good, where they were able to draw the lines between what was real and what wasn't. And you look at it and you're like, damn, that wasn't supposed to happen. That was real. You know what I mean? What is it, a Friday night? It is a Friday night, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, man, but it's going to be interesting, bro. And I hope they pull Geno Smith up out of there so he can get in that Chargers ass. Because, you know what I mean, Aiden O'Connell, he's played good against the Chargers. I know them Charger fans remember that game. He threw 4 touchdowns in it, where if the play calling would have been more aggressive, he could have threw 6. He could have thrown 6 touchdowns. Right? Aiden O'Connell got in them Chargers ass last time. Not last or before last, right? Like last year or year before, whatever it was. So he's got a good history against them, you know, maybe a little bit of confidence against them. But I'd rather see Aiden O'Connell in there than fucking Geno Smith. That's for damn sure. I mean, I'm just saying. Right here watching the Lakers and the Mavericks. I think it's the Mavericks. Oh, no, it's not the Mavericks, is it? Yeah, it is. Dallas versus the Lakers. It is the Mavericks. Not bad. We got 4 people up in here. When you come in, hit that like button. It don't cost you nothing. No te cuesta nada, homie, to hit that like button. We speak English and Spanish here. If you come in, you want to speak in Spanish, we'll speak in Spanish. Know a little bit of Italianos. You know a little bit of Italian también. You know a little bit of Portuguese, whatever the fuck. But yeah. But if we start speaking in Chinese, I ain't going to understand a motherfucking thing. Yeah, Chargers, but that's the thing, man. Everybody gets fat on the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Everyone gets fat on the Raiders, bro. Like, the Browns were playing like shit. They come in there, you know what I mean? They whoop the Raiders. Every team, when we go against them and they're playing like trash, the Cowboys, everybody we play, oh, they've been playing bad, and they come in and they smash us, or we go over there and they smash us. So I'm expecting to get smashed again, bro. Like, for real. Like, for real. I'm just expecting that. So if we don't get smashed, I'll be happy. You know what I mean? Because I expect, Jim Harbaugh is too good of a coach for his team to play that many games in a row off. You know what I mean? Jim Harbaugh is a really good fucking coach, so his teams they're gonna snap out of it pretty quick. They ain't gonna stay into that funk where he'll figure it out. Especially against the Raiders, it's almost like a gimme. It's almost like a gimme. You know what I'm saying? Almost like a gimme, but it'll be interesting, man. What, Mac will probably get 3 sacks on us. He'll probably get fat on us. I wouldn't doubt it. It's what they do. It's what happens, man. The Raiders we're just fucking cursed, bro. We are just fucking cursed. But you know what? When I think about it, no one's had it worse than us except the Chargers, right? Because the Chargers, at least in our history, we've won 3 Super Bowls. But the Chargers have gotten closer and they've never got it. And I know that's probably, we got it bad, but I know the Chargers, it's like they've never gotten a trophy, so they can't share the prestige in terms of, we had this great team that won this year, won the Super Bowl this year, won the Super Bowl that year, and top great Super Bowl teams. The Chargers don't have that. That's crazy. I never thought of that till right now as we're speaking. Well, as I'm speaking, because we're frustrated, but at least I can sit back and I'm like, well, the year that I was born, the Raiders won the fucking Super Bowl. The year that my brother was born, they won another Super Bowl, and then the year my other baby brother was born, they won a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I have those memories of that, and I can make those references. You know what I'm saying? But it's tough being a Raider fan. It's tough being a Charger fan. The Chiefs, I believe, they're a product of the NFL. They wanted to make Mahomes their new poster boy after Brady. They always need a poster boy. Oh, that's what's up. Chargers. Yeah, man. It's crazy. The NFL is just crazy nowadays, and especially when it comes to this betting and this rigging and shit, and the refs and the players, and there's a lot of money being made, you know what I'm saying, and all that. But guys, I think we're gonna have to, sorry to cut everybody short, but I think we're gonna have to go. I'll get back to you guys next time. Like, share, subscribe. We out.